Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've done an update on the QA50 Resurrection, but I think it's time to get stuck into it. I'm still waiting on a couple of tools for the mill there so I can do the start on the engine rebuild. I'm getting there. It's a slow process gathering bits and pieces. Anyway, what I might do, I'll give you, I'm going to do this tank. I'm going to start working on the little tank here. It's got a couple of nasty dents. There's one there, the chunky one, another one there, a couple around the front there, and the bottom unfortunately is pretty badly rusted out. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to grind the seam right around here, split the tank in half, doink, and then I can knock out these dents. I'm going to have a look at the bottom, whether I'm going to cut a section out there or maybe try to braze it, I don't know, probably better off to replace the whole bottom panel. So we'll get stuck into that, but before we start that, I'll just give you a few of the highlights about what's been going on with the little bike. Most of the frame stuff's done. It's nearly ready to start putting back together. It's just a motor, that's all I'm waiting for now. So I'll give you a quick look at what's been going on with all the frame bits and pieces, and then we'll get stuck into the tank. And that'll be another video done anyway. Next job, footrests, stand, brake lever. I'll pull this apart and give it a clean up, see what the damages is. I'm just noticing there's a big split there. I'm not sure what's going on there. Hooray! Now we've got rid of 40 odd years of grime. I'm just wondering about the authenticity of this brake lever. That just looks a bit dodged, doesn't it? And the weld on here, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it might be an add-on, because the brake lever's on the handlebars. Front and the rear brake lever are both on the handlebars. I'm not sure if this was an auxiliary setup or whether my dad put it on there for us kids. I don't know. I'll do some research. The rest of it looks alright. Maybe a little bent. It's going to need a bit of a straighten. I think that's been split so it'll fit on that shaft there. That's definitely a couple of different bits welded together there. Yeah, I think I'm going to chop all that off. Hey dudes, I'll give you an update on the Minibike. Rust remover. I got the rims, just de-rusting. This one's pretty good. Bit of surface rust, a couple of little dings in there. Nothing to worry about. The other one was a bit worse. Where the valve hole was completely rusted away, so I've had to put a patch in that. As you can see there. And I put the valve hole in a different spot. This rim unfortunately is, it's alright, it'll survive. I mean, I'm not going to ride it that much anyway. So they're having a bit of a soak there. Hubs are cleaned up, ready to be painted. There's no major issues here. These are all pretty good nick, pretty solid little rims really for such a little bike. Of course, they're a split rim, so that pressed steel part goes on this side, and the front brake plate had a big chip missing out of it here, so I just built that up with a bit of weld. And this side doesn't matter. So once I've polished all that, that'll be all good. Be no issues there. And all the motor parts are hiding under the bench there, because there's not much happening in that department at the moment. Waiting on some tools. Frames back from the powder coaters. As usual, they did a really nice job on that. There's that piece I replaced on the back of the frame there. Yeah, it looks good. The forks, very nice. And here we've got the Reproduction Mud Guards. They came from America. They weren't cheap. You just got to do what you got to do sometimes. Where else am I going to get a good set of guards for a little QA50? Next step of the QA50 assembly is going to be the rims and the tyres. Let's put them together. Now these tyres, this is the closest I could get to the original tyre. The original tyre had a big block pattern on it, and they were a bit wider than these ones, but these ones are mobility scooter tyres and they'll do the job. They're the right size. Right, they're ready to go together. Might just run that 5mm tap through those holes, I think. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll leave it soft because it hasn't got any back suspension. Maybe we'll go 15 psi. There we go. One reassembled QA50 rim. Well, that tread pattern doesn't look too bad, I think. Like I said, it's not the original, but it'll be all right. She'll be right. And there we have two QA50 wheels. Still waiting on the sprocket, of course, from the internet. Things are pretty slow at the moment. I may paint that green. I'm in two minds about that, what I'm going to do there. But anyway, Yeah, I might go green. We'll see. Problem. Sprocket has got to be bolted to hub. Problem is, threads are somewhat stripped out. That's, yeah. Don't think, yeah, that one's stuffed completely. So what I'm thinking I might do, got some M10s here. I might just re-tap those holes, drill the sprocket out, and just tap it for M10s. Couldn't be easier. What could possibly go wrong? Just double check. Better be safe than sorry. M10 1.5, I think, yeah. Yeah, M10 1.5. M10 1, M10 1.5. There we go. Well, after thinking about it for a little while, I thought, yeah, those bolts are sticking up way too far. So I'm going to unbolt it and whack it in the lathe and just turn those heads down a bit. And I think I'm going to get rid of those lock washers. Just put a couple of thin stainless washers under there and Loctite them in. That'll look much better. Quick file just to remove any burrs. Nothing too special. Alright, there we go. 3 nicely machined bolts that will sit much flatter and look a lot better. Sometimes you get lucky. I went to the washer bin, the washer box. 3 stainless steel washers the right size. What's the chances, hey? And only 3, there wasn't a spare one. I'm not even going to worry about Loctite. There we go. That looks much better. 100% improvement. Excellent. Butterfingers. I love it when the battery goes flat, right at the end. Just about to crack it like an egg and battery's dead. Right. Where were we? I can see it is split all the way through there. Oh. It's going. It's going. There she is. Oh, yeah. Nasty. There's a bit of rusty there. A bit nasty. Pretty thin right on the bottom there. And, oh yeah, there's a hole there, straight through. Right on the side there too. There's only those couple of little bits around the bottom. Maybe I can cut a couple of little panels out and re-weld. That'll certainly test my panel beating skills out. There you go. The clamshells.